let's move on to our third main topic today. And our third main topic today gets submitted to us by Sam Spril, who writes, another character within the Star Wars universe will be joining The Mandalorian Season 2, as reported by Deadline. Katee Sackhoff, who voices Bo-Katan Kryze, Mandalorian warrior in Star Wars Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, not to mention she was Starbuck in the greatest TV show of all time, Battlestar Galactica. She will now be playing the live-action version of her character in The Mandalorian Season 2. Could this be a cameo appearance or even more? All right, thanks a lot for sending that in, man. And yep, we've been hearing about a lot of appearances coming from the animated stuff coming in. Of course, we heard about it still hasn't been 100% confirmed, but it looks like we're going to get the Ahsoka Tano character coming in. It looks like we are going to get a few others. And now we've got Bo-Katan. Now, this is the report that's coming into us. This comes to us from Deadline, who writes, Bo-Katan made her debut in Season 4 of Clone Wars, which just had its series finale. The character has been instrumental in a lingering plotline involving the Darksaber in both the storylines of Clone Wars and Rebels. In the latter series, it's Sabine Wren who hands over the Darksaber to Bo-Katan so that she can bring the Mandalorians together. The Darksaber is seen at the end of the first season finale of The Mandalorian, now in the hands of villain Moff Gideon, played brilliantly by Giancarlo Esposito. All right. Look, the first thing we should say is this. The moment Giancarlo Esposito came out of that ship and wielding the Darksaber, and everybody freaked out, a lot of people instantly started speculating, is Bo-Katan going to be in this? And it makes sense because, Rob, listen, I'll tell you this. I still feel that same little bit of apprehension about this that I feel about Boba Fett coming back, right? I'm a little bit torn because on the one hand, I don't like Star Wars' habit of constantly shrinking their universe and making it small and just inhabiting it with characters we already know and we've already seen instead of expanding the universe. That's an issue to me. But at the same time, if you're going to bring the Darksaber in, I don't know how you just ignore the Bo-Katan character. And listen, any excuse to get me some Katee Sackhoff on screen again, whether it's in Battlestar Galactica or whether it's in The Flash, by the way. I love her character in The Flash, by the way. Any excuse to get her on screen is good enough for me. So it makes a lot of sense them doing something like this. Rob, you hear about them doing this, and it's just as poetic as she does the voice of the character in the animated series as well, and she's a great actress. Rob, you hear about this. Is this pushing it? Does this make sense? Are you excited about it? Apprehensive about it? How do you feel about this?
Dude, I think it's great. Now, I know you're not a fan of Clone Wars, but I finally caught up with Season 7. And those last 4 episodes of Clone Wars, which basically take place concurrently with Revenge of the Sith, I thought were incredible. I mean, I love them. And I know that you won't because it's all about Ahsoka Tano. You're not going to like that.
I watched the final 4 episodes.
Oh, you did?
Because as soon as I heard that Bo-Katan was going to be in Mandalorian, and knowing Bo-Katan was in the final couple of episodes, I thought, well, then I really should watch these last 4 episodes. I don't think they were great, but I will say this. I don't think they were great, but I will say this, and this is a lot coming from me. I thought it was the best episodes of Clone Wars. I thought they were I still think a number of the episodes of Rebels, another Dave Filoni property, were even better, but I never enjoyed episodes of Clone Wars more than I enjoyed those 4 episodes. I thought it was the best example. I thought it was the best example of Clone Wars. I will give it that. Anyway, please do continue.
Well, I mean, what I really liked about, like we're always talking about how the universe is too small, but what I really liked about Clone Wars is the actual additions to the universe, and seeing Ahsoka Tano and Captain Rex and watching how it interacted with a little bit of Obi-Wan and Anakin that goes into Order 66, and it showed a larger picture of what was going on. I thought that was really clever and really well done. And I like the fact that The Mandalorian is expanding on more of this expanded universe stuff rather than be like, look, bringing back Boba Fett. Okay. But they are creating their own part of the Star Wars universe. They are carving out. There's a lot of interesting characters, like Giancarlo Esposito's character is very interesting. Werner Herzog's character is very interesting. So they are building their own thing. And I think that you can't, The Mandalorian itself, the actual show, every time you think about it, you can't not think about Boba Fett. He's almost like the elephant in the room that nobody's talking about. Like, what happened to him? So to deal with Boba Fett, you're sort of you're finally just dealing with it. It's like, okay, here we go. And whether he's going to be a big part of it or not, whether he comes and goes, it's fine. I don't care. But it finally, like, is The Mandalorian just the Boba Fett TV show, but not called the Boba Fett TV show? I mean, it'll get rid of all that. And in a way, I think it kind of helps the show, but we'll see. I've always enjoyed the Clone Wars, and I've liked the expanded universe stuff that they've done, and I want to see them do more of that because, frankly, after Rise of Skywalker, which makes my interest in another Star Wars movie, unless it's really good and has some really interesting direction to go in, I'm far more interested in watching the Star Wars universe move forward with what they're doing away from the movies, and that's kind of sad. I never would have thought that to be the case, especially on the 40th anniversary of Empire Strikes Back looming next week. It's just, it's crazy. But
dude, don't even get me started on Rise of Skywalker. Don't even get me started.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but I do like this idea, and I think it's going to be cool, dude.
Dude, like I said, any excuse to get Katee Sackhoff on screen, I'm good with. Questions? What? Go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, no, I was just going to say, and to bring that character on Clone Wars and stuff is such a cool character, and I like that they're doing that because why not? I like the fact that then there's a continuity between Clone Wars, Rebels, and The Mandalorian, which is really kind of neat. And I think that's cool that they're doing that.
All right, guys, the question here is, what do you make of this? Are you excited about that? What do you think of Katee Sackhoff coming in, playing the role itself, all that kind of stuff? I want to know what you guys think about that. Jump down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. All right.